Hello viewers, yes, this is Ranjana ma'am and you are watching Yes, it's mine as well as your channel. Today I have brought something which is quite interesting and it will also add to your vocabulary. When you write your essays or your précis also, it will be of great help. If you know the names of the profession of certain people, then your answers can be better. Many times now, oh, this is this person, he sells flowers, but we don't know what his profession is called, or he sells us vegetables. Maybe we don't know the exact word. If you knew the name of the profession, then it would fit in only one word or two words. Whereas a person who sells vegetable, I met on the road or on the way to the market, I met the person who sells vegetables. So on the way to the market, I met a greengrocer. Okay, so then so many words eliminated. So if you know the correct name for the professions, it is a great help. So what are we waiting for? Let's start. But before that, yes, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and so different professions. So it will help you if you know the name of the professions. Suppose you have a car. Your father may drive it, your brother, or you also may drive it if you have a license of your own. And sometimes you might want someone, you pay someone to get your car driven. The driver we call. So a person who drives a car for others and is paid in return, he is your driver. And you can, in a better word, a better synonym for driver is what? Chauffeur. Chauffeur is not an English word. And naturally the spelling is also different. So CHAUFFER rather, chauffeur. So it's nothing to do with chauffeur as the spelling suggests. CHAUFFER, but the pronunciation is chauffeur. So it is a synonym for driver. Person who drives our motor car. Yeah, in return for money paid. And then yes, this one to many of you know, or rather all of you should know. Who's that person, or what do we call that person who flies planes, aircrafts? He is called a pilot. Sometimes you feel, what is it? The word is not coming to my mind. Yes, the person who flies an aircraft, what is he called? So then you write the full sentence instead of one word, pilot. So pilot, who is a pilot? Who flies the aircraft. And then a society is guided by laws. So who are the ones who frame these laws? A person who frames laws, he is called a legislator. Legislator, LEGISLATOR, legislator. So his job is to frame or make laws for us. Okay, and yes, the job of this person is indispensable. If he were not there, our society would not have been clean. We look down upon them, but without them, one day they don't come to collect your garbage from your home and your home stinks. So who are they? Persons who keep our streets, drains and the garbage bins clean. Who are they? They are sweepers or cleaners. They sweep the street, they clean the garbage, so they are your sweepers or cleaners. Yes, vegetable, I told you, person who sells vegetables, he is a greengrocer. And the twin of this greengrocer is grocer. So grocer, what does he sell? So he sells all these edible items like sugar, spices, rice, millet, everything, cereals. So dry fruits. So he is a grocer, and the one who sells us vegetables, he is the greengrocer. Colonial cousins. And what do you call that person who sells fabrics, who sells curtains? I'm sure many of you don't know. He is a draper, D-R-A-P-E-R. Draper. Person who makes dresses for us. That one all of you know, because oh, tailor ke paas jana hai, we have to go to the tailor. So person who stitches or makes dresses for us, he is a tailor. And then person who sells us sweets, confectioners, because it comes from the word confectionery. Okay, so he is a confectioner, he sells us sweets. By sweets it can also mean chocolates, cakes, and not only those rasgullas and all that. Confectioner, rather one who sells cake, bakes and sells them, he is a baker. And person, yes, who looks after the laws and punishes the wrongdoers, he is a judge or a magistrate. What do we call a person who plans the buildings, who plans our buildings? Many times, suppose you buy a ready-made flat, it's okay. You buy some land, you buy a plot of land, and you want someone to design your house. What do we call that person? He is an architect. Okay, so know the names of these professions. He is an architect. And next, who speaks to us about God as inspired by God? So he is a prophet. We have so many prophets in the past, at present, so many prophets who speak as if some divine inspiration has come to them. And the person, yes, who sells flowers and garlands and all that. So we go to a florist. So a person who sells flowers, garlands, he is a florist. But the spelling is F-L-O-R-I-S-T-S. Don't write F-L-O-W-E-R, florist. Florist. He is a florist. Okay. And who is a Don? So you might be remembering the movie Don. So a leader of an underground gang and all that. So that is one leader of a criminal gang. That is one Don. And Don you have in the university also. So he is a teacher at a university, especially teacher in the university, the reputed universities like Cambridge and Oxford. So the teachers, they are called Dons, especially the head teacher. The head teacher is the Don, the senior most teacher, you can say the Don. I think there was one in Munna Bhai MBBS. So there was the Don, no, there was the Dean. So Don is a teacher in a reputed university or a college, especially like the Oxford, Cambridge. These are very famous institutions. Okay, so these are some famous professions in the general category. But in the medical field, there are some professions in the medical field also, some names rather, which many times we forget. Like suppose a doctor, who is a specialist in heart diseases. He is different. Yes, they all fall under the category of doctor, but they have special names. When you have a problem, tooth problem, you have pain in your teeth or your gums are swollen, then you go to a doctor. But what is that doctor called? He has a different name. He or she has a different name. So in the medical field, the doctors also, the medical practitioners, they have a different name. So let's know the names. So when you suffer from a heart problem and you want to consult a doctor, whom will you go and consult? A heart specialist. So what is a heart specialist called? So he is a cardiologist, CARDIO, cardiologist, LOGIST. So he is a cardiologist. Now suppose you have a problem, while going to your washroom, you feel you cannot, you are having problems in your urinary, you are having urinary problems. So whom will you go and consult? He is an urologist, uro related to urine related problems. So you will consult an urologist. So for this you won't go to any other doctor. He is a specialist in treating these type of diseases. And during operation you need this doctor. He is a must. In order to make you unconscious or to make you semi-conscious, you need this doctor the most. Without him, your operation cannot be conducted. So who is this doctor? An anesthetist, and he has knowledge of anesthetic, how much anesthetic should be administered to make you completely unconscious or semi-conscious as the operation requires. So without the presence of an anesthetist, an operation cannot be conducted. So anesthetist is a doctor who administers anesthetics. So the doctor is TIST, okay, and the thing which he administers, that is anesthetic. So suppose you have a problem, you have a pain in your ear, or you have sore throat, or your nose is bleeding. So whom will you go and consult? You will go and consult a specialist in this. And what is he called? What is this doctor? He is also a doctor, but doctor is a general term. So what is this doctor called? He is called an ENT specialist, ear, nose and throat. Okay, so ENT specialist. And this is a very easy one. A doctor who treats the problems or diseases related to children, he is a child specialist. And who is a pathologist? You have heard this several times whenever any test is done. So in order to diagnose a particular disease, so this doctor, his job is in the laboratory. So he deals with the laboratory analysis of your body tissues. Why? To diagnose illness. So suppose your blood is taken or your urine is taken to be tested, or your stool is taken to be tested. So to which doctor is it sent? It is sent to the pathologist, and he is the one who carries out the test and tells you what is the problem, where is the problem, if there is any problem. So he is a pathologist. And then an eye specialist who treats your eyes. You cannot see properly, your vision is blurred. So to whom do you go? An eye specialist. And this eye specialist doctor, he also has a different name. What do we call him? Ophthalmologist. Opthal, related to the eyes. And yes, related to this, there is another doctor. So who is he? He fixes your eye power. So he deals and prescribes spectacles. So he is an optician. You can also call him an optometrist. And yes, another type of doctor who is consulted when you have some skin related problems. There is an itching in your skin, or suddenly some boils have started appearing in your skin, or your skin is getting discolored. So whom will you go and consult? What is that doctor, skin specialist, what is he known as? So dermatologist. He is a dermatologist. And suppose you are suffering from jaundice, or you are having acute pain in your stomach and you don't know, your liver is not functioning properly. So you will go to a specialist who has a specialist related to liver diseases. And what is he called? So hepatologist. Hepatitis, you know na, jaundice. Hepatitis, the disease, jaundice. You have the injection for it, hepatitis and all that. Hepatitis is jaundice, and yes, the doctor who treats these diseases, and jaundice is a disease related to the liver. Remember in Merchant of Venice, Graciano's speech? So he is a hepatologist, okay? An oncologist is another one. So he is a specialist in treatment of tumors. And yes, we have left dentist. Often we have, what to do, pain here, my muscle, they are my gums, they are swollen, or I can't eat properly, there is a pain in my tooth. So then what do you do? Or one of them is loose. So whom do you go and consult? The dentist. So these are some of the names of the professions which maybe we know, maybe we don't know, but I have brought them in one video so that once you go through it, yes, you will be enriched. So instead of writing, I had been suffering from toothache, and so I visited a doctor who treated my who could treat or who could give me medicine for this. So instead you can say, I visited a dentist, and then it is understood you visited a dentist because you were suffering from tooth problems. So instead of going into details, you write the name of the profession, and the person understands. Whether you are speaking or when you are writing also, many words you don't need to write when you are aware of the profession or the name of the profession. So these words help you in making your answers better, in speaking better. Okay, so I'll be coming up with some more in my next video, not with related to professions, but one word for several words. So that will always be helpful. While speaking also, it gives a good impression. So bye for the time being, and yes, don't forget that